Okay, since my last video went up, I'm gonna go for not a trifecta, but a difecta, I guess. All right, this is the East Coast economic update for January the 14th, 2010. Just wanted to touch two bases with you. One is the retail numbers for the year of 2009. Bloomberg, of course, had a very complicated article showing the positives, but you had to go all the way down to the bottom of their article to show you what the annual number was. So that's why I'm going to have Carl Dettinger's blog instead. It has the hyperlink to the Bloomberg article, but I like the way he handles it better. The um, annual sales for retailers, and that's every retailer, that includes me, was down 6.5%. Now, that may not be a big number to you or a big percentage to you, but let's look at the small guy. Let's say you have a small business around, say, $300,000. So the average small businessman makes, because he has an income of $300,000, he makes about $35,000 to $40,000 a year. Yes, that's correct, $35,000 to $40,000 a year. So a 6.5% drop in his cash flow, his income, would be somewhere between $17,000 and $19,000 of a loss. That would be half his salary for the year. So I'm just trying to give you, I understand the big companies like Macy's and all these other guys, they're just going to lay off two or three employees and nobody's going to really notice anything maybe. But to mom and pop stores like me and Travis and everyone else who owns a small business and is doing retail of one sort or another, that is a big damaging piece of information, and that is a national average. So some of it's higher, some of it's lower, but most of the middle is 6.5. Also, like to point out two other things. Something that seems to be a reoccurring theme with retailers, big retailers. Macy's last week on Monday, I believe, or this past Monday maybe, announced that they had done moderately better for Christmas. Everybody was excited, and they said that they foresee their forecast for the next quarter being stronger. Everybody was thinking, oh, great, this is green shoots. Following day, they announced that they were going to shut down 5 stores and lay off somewhere around 1,000 or 1,200 employees. So there's their forecast being fulfilled. So now instead of you have a whole bunch of employees in the Midwest and the West who worked their ass off during Christmas, hoping that they would have a job by for the rest of the year, and and Macy's laid them off so they could make 5 cents per share. I mean, this is disgusting. Same thing with Foot Locker. Foot Locker did the same thing. They said that it was moderately better, and they had a forecast that they would have a stronger second quarter, and then closed 117 stores. So you know the record on that. Same return, 5, 7 cents per share. Um, One other thing, with the seasonally adjusted, which I find fascinating. I'm sorry to harp on this, but 85,000 jobs were lost in the month of December, and everybody's talking about positive um, unemployment growth. But yet, in the last 3 weeks, if you adjust for non-farm payrolls or whatever you want to do, you're looking somewhere between 4 and 4.5, 450,000 uh, uh, unemployed people. Well, first time applying for unemployment. My question is, how many months is this going to happen before the entire population of the United States is going to be on unemployment? At this, I mean, half a million at a time. I mean, come on, how many half a millions make up 307 million people? So what is that? Or maybe half that amount. So 150 million people that are of working age. I mean, it won't take long. And this is what kills me. Kills me because they're telling the retailers everything's coming up roses. No, it's not. And then and then of course, Bloomberg announces, well, the stock market went up in spite of the fact that we had crappy numbers from retail. Well, for why? Why did you go up? Nobody could admit. Nobody would say why. I could tell you why. Federal Reserve, PPT, we're buying our own debt, we're eating our own tail, but that's pretty much it. So just some things I want. Oh, and just some things I want you to think about. Also, I'm also going to put an article, Bill Moyers um, video uh, of a guy who actually cracked open the savings and loan scandal, wrote a book about this crisis, and basically you'll see the interview. He basically says that Tim Geithner and Paulson and Bush and Obama and everybody in the administration is basically assisting and aiding and abetting in fraud by covering up the banks and everything else. So I want you to watch that. It's very informative, but unfortunately, it's in this little corner in PBS where the pseudo intellectuals live, and it's not going to come out to the mainstream media. Nobody's going to have this discussion. Nobody's going to ask for subpoenas and arrest warrants for these CEOs. So just want you to think about the human cost. All right, guys. Peace.